Hi friends, welcome to Data Info. In this video, we will talk about one of the most frequently asked interview question. The question is exchange seats. So let me go to the source table. So this is our source table. If you see here, we have student name and seat ID. This ID is nothing but seat ID and this is student name. The question is write a solution to swap the seat ID of every two consecutive students. So basically, we need to swap the seat IDs for two consecutive students. For example, these two are consecutive students. So what we need to do, we need to swap the seat IDs. Basically, Amit belongs to seat ID 1. Deepa is belongs to seat ID 2. But we need to swap them. 2 is for Amit and 1 is for Deepa. So same way, second set also. This is next consecutive number. So this way we need to swap. Same, the next consecutive numbers are 5 and 6. 6 goes to here and 5 goes to here. And the seventh one, if if the total number of student is odd, the total number of student is odd number, then the ID of the last, the seat ID of the last student is not swapped. Because if we have two records, then only we will swap it, right? But for the last number, if the total number of records is odd, if it is odd, there is no second record to swap. So due to that reason, what they are saying is, if it is odd number, if the last record is odd number, then no need to swap. Just populate the same ID. So here in this case, we need to populate same ID. Okay, this is tricky part here. Okay, this is the basically we need to populate the swapping seat ID. Let me go to the SQL server. So we have two columns: ID. ID is nothing but student ID and student name. So the question is, we need to find out how many records we have, right? By looking at the data, we have 7 records, but let's find out max ID from. Okay, so this is nothing but this max ID is nothing but odd number, right? So what I will do, I will add one condition here. ID case when ID equals to max ID, and it is not only max ID, it should be odd, right? And that ID should be divisible divided by modulus of 2 equivalents to 1. So what I'm doing for simply select 2 by 2. What it will return 1. But if I go to modulus, what it will return 0. If we divide 2 with 2, what is the remainder 0, right? So that is what it will return modulus of 2. So ID, when we divide with 2, what is the remainder? If it is 1, then that is nothing but a odd number. So what I'm checking, if my last number is even or odd, I'm checking here. If it is my last number and if it is odd number, then what? Then ID. I'm checking two conditions here. So checking two conditions. Condition number one. Condition number one is it max ID? Yes, it is max ID. Here I'm checking that. And is it odd number? Yes, I'm checking odd number also. Condition number two is odd or not. So this one is for max number, this is for odd number. Then what I need to do, just I need to populate original number. So let's try what it is populating. Here, only for max record we are checking. Exactly, it is populated 7. So we verified it is last number or not with the help of this. Yes, we verified it is a last number, but that last number even or odd. Yes, it is even or odd with the help of this condition. If it is 1, the remainder is 1, then that is a odd number. So one condition is fine. Then I need to swap the numbers for other records, right? Other records I need to swap. So what I will do is when case when case I already used, what I will do is here I will explain. So anyway, we populated 7. Now we need to do for other records. So what I will do, if it is even number, if it is even number, this is even. If it is even number, what I will do is the original ID minus 1. What is original ID 2? Minus 1 means 1. Okay, let me do this way. Equivalence to original ID minus 1. Original ID is 2 minus 1. This is a date column, I guess. Let me change it to number. Yeah, 1. Original ID, if it is even, this is even, this is even. So what I will do, original ID, minus 1. Original ID is 2 actually. Original ID is 4 actually. Let me write original null ID. So original ID, if it is even, basically I'm checking whether this particular record is even or odd. Let me write that also. Odd, this is odd, this is odd. Anyway, we no need to worry about last record. So if it is even, then formula is ID minus 1. ID minus 1. Original ID minus 1. So I'm doing, this is computed new value. This is new value. So original ID is 2. The formula I'm using is ID minus 1. Original ID is 2. ID minus 1 means 1. Here original ID is 4. Minus 1 means 3. So here original ID is 6. Minus 1 means 5. So this way, if you see here, the value is swapped. For Deepa, the swapped value is 1. And for Anjali, the swapped value is 3. For Sanjay, the swapped value is 5. This formula is working. The same way, what about odd? Odd means the original ID is 1, right? So what I will do, ID plus 1 I can use, right? ID plus 1, 1. Original ID is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. Here original ID is 3. The formula I'm going to use for odd is plus 1. So 3 plus 1, 4. Here the original ID is 5. The formula is for odd is plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6. So if you see here, we are getting the expected value. For odd, we need to use for odd, what we need to use is plus 1. For even, minus 1. So that is what I will use. When ID is even, if ID is even, then ID minus 1. When ID is ID is odd, then ID plus 1. This is my new column. So let me run once. Exactly, I'm getting the expected data. If you see here, the value is swapped. For 2 consecutive records, the value is swapped. 4, 4, 3, 3, 6, 6. Only this record is not swapped because there is no extra record. The number of records, the total number of records are odd, then we cannot do it for last number. So due to that reason, the first condition I added, then the Excel formula. So whatever I explained in Excel, the same condition I used here. If it is even or odd, based on that, I used my formula. So the same way we can do it in n number of ways. Lead, lag, and row number. We have n number of ways, but this is the best one. So if you understand this concept, if it is, you need to first compute whether it is odd number or even number. If you compute that, if it is even, then ID minus 1. If it is odd, ID plus 1. And if the total number of records are odd, then you need to populate same number. So if you understand this, then you easily we can achieve this answer. So let me give the aliasing swap value. Now I got the expected result. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.